Yes, sir. Oh, hold up. My apologies. My mic was not plugged in. Grand Rising, good people. Oh, hold up. We gotta update this. My bad. Trying to pull up my daggone Instagram up here. Y'all struggle with getting the Instagram on your desktop. It's like every time I log in, it's telling me it's like a security breach or something like that. Neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. What's up? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. We got cool, interesting topic for y'all today. we're gonna talk to the ladies for a little bit. Um, I told y'all on the last show I was a little bit. I wanted to. I felt bad making it so much about criticizing y'all ladies. It's this show is going to be focusing on calling out some of our men. That's what it's going to do. So yeah, come on in. Come on in. Is that Mary? Is that Mary? What's up, Mary? It's good to see you. This is you notice how Mary came on. She must have saw the name of it. Ladies, I apologize. I'm coming on. I need my apology. No, that's dope. Definitely appreciate having you on. I got to bump into Mary the other day, which was dope. So that's the first time that I've seen her since she moved to Miami. Everybody's moving to Miami. Everybody's moving to Miami. But today, yeah, today, like I said, we're gonna focus on holding the men accountable, and while doing so, I gotta put my this song on. Ain't nobody put this one on, but I put this on. All right, so we're gonna make sure that we hold the fellas accountable. We do a lot of critiquing of y'all ladies, and it's only right that we hold ourselves accountable because without doing that, we are definitely hypocrites. So I have my videos up. Um, pretty much good to go on my end. Yeah, make sure that y'all share it with a friend. If you can, go on and I don't know, share it on your page or just text it to a friend. Text the link. They probably won't jump on, but maybe they'll jump on the next time. So it still helps. It still helps. Every view helps. Every share helps. Every like helps. Did I share it on all my platforms? I think I did. Let me make sure that I got it on LinkedIn. Give y'all a couple minutes to get in here, and then we're gonna just go. We are gonna just go. Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. I know I have the AC on in the back. I'll probably turn it off. Hey, what up, Cuzzo? Mar on here. This is dope. This is dope. It's always dope to see new people tapping in. Always dope to see new people tapping in. Shout out to Mary. She just posted it. Mary is such a supporter. Such a supporter. Gotta love Mary. All right, looking clear. All right, bet. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Give it one more minute. And then I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about what's on my mind. What's on my mind. Got all our stuff queued up. Mm-hmm. So today we're not going to be doing too many video reviews. I wanted y'all to just see a couple that we'll touch on more probably towards the middle. Um, but to begin with, matter of fact, I got to turn the AC off. We're going to go ahead and turn the vibes down. All right, so first and foremost, coach, what's the weather looking like today? What's the weather looking like? All right, back in Jersey, but we'll be in Miami soon. We'll be right back down in Miami soon. Jersey looking nice actually. Jersey's clear the whole day, sunny. 74 right now, and then it's going up to looks like 92. A little cloudy in the afternoon, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Let's take a look at the Miami Beach right now. 84 degrees, partly cloudy, and then it gets partly sunny, I guess, towards the end of the day. It's going up to about 92. So it was Jersey, 92. Yeah, they about the same. That's what I'm saying. Everybody complain about the Miami Heat. I didn't mean to do that. Right? You see, I did that. Everybody complains about the Miami Heat, not the basketball team, the actual heat, the humidity, and everything. But it's the same up here. It's funny. My parents, they're actually going down today. They go down often, more so in the winter. But so they're going down. And initially, my mom, she hit me up last week, and she's like, "Yeah, maybe we shouldn't, go down. It's hot down there." Because I posted a video of me just being hot. I guess she was looking at the temperatures. And I'm like, Ma, look at the temperature in Jersey. Like it's the same thing. So you're gonna be hot. Would you rather be hot in Miami, like sitting on the beach, or would you rather just be hot in muggy Jersey where people walking around mean mugging and stuff? She chose Miami. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, ladies, I apologize. Why did this come up? Why did this come up? In every conversation that I seem to be having lately, or every critique, every issue that I'm discussing, a lot of times they are the results of problems, the results of problems. It's not the actual cause of the problem. So whenever I go into accountability mode and checking myself and just looking for a solution, because everything has to be solution based. There's no point in us getting on here criticizing this, criticizing that, and a lot of people do that. That could definitely be your space if that's what you're in. But we are solution based over here. So there is absolutely no point in critiquing something if you're not going to have the courage to stand out and have a solution for it. I'll give you an example. Uh, I'll give you an example of how this should be applied in day to day life. So, OG Baywa, if y'all follow the OG Elevate page, everybody loves Baywa. So that's my youngin, man. She really gets it done. She's out in Nigeria. She's next level. Next level. Like if I don't speak to her for a couple days, she'll reach out, hey, just making sure everything's good, or hey, I noticed that you haven't been as engaged with the OG page. Like is everything go like are the posts okay? Like she's just on top of everything. And a couple times earlier on when we started working together, it's been it may be almost over a year now. Um, but I've been impressed with her from the beginning. And it's because of this type of thinking. And one time she came to me and she said, "Hey, I'm not sure that I like this. I don't know what it was." And I told her, I said, "No, that's perfectly fine. Like, that's cool." I said, "Well, what are you thinking? Like, what would you suggest?" And she didn't have anything at that particular time. I guess she was kind of feeling me out. We had just started working together, so she didn't know if she could suggest certain things. So I told her, I said, "Yo," I said, "this is something that I apply in my life where." I try, especially when I'm at work or anything, I try to not offer critique and criticism um, if I don't have a solution that I'm saying, like, hey, maybe trying this would be better. So I'm very big on that. And I think that we all should because it's easy to point out problems. It's easy to, sit back and be the armchair, quarterback and just look at things and be like, oh, this person messed up, that person messed up, this person messed up. But it's hard to say, all right, boom, if it was me in that position, I would do A, B, and C. I would take these steps. Here are some things that we can do to overcome those things. So I'm saying a lot to say this. We've been very critical, and I've been very critical in the past of our ladies and the behavior. Um, However, and if you've been paying attention to a lot of the stuff that I post more recently over the last like 6 months to a year, it's been focused on calling out men. Now, a lot of the clips and stuff, I feel like the ladies still think like, he's talking about the ladies and whatnot like that. But it has a foundation that still goes back to men. It's everything from, if I critique, let's say, the way that y'all are dressing, the way that y'all are out here twerking, the way that y'all maybe may have an issue like the last show where it's like, yo, why is Instagram just turning into soft porn? All of that stuff. If I consider men as the leaders, we're supposed to be the leaders, then everything has to fall on the leadership, right? Isn't that how it goes? If somebody, if you're the leader of your family, if you're the leader of your work team, if you're the leader of anything in any area of our lives, if you are the leader, the responsibility, you have to bear that, right? When it's a win, you probably, it's your job to, give everybody else the credit. But when it's an L, when you take a loss, temporary loss, whatever, we have to sit there and say, what do the greats say? You know what? I got to play better. You know what? I have to be a better leader. You know what? I have to be better in this area. Because they know that as the leaders, it's their job to get everybody else to follow them and implement a plan that they can put in place, and implement a plan that everybody's willing and able to embrace as well. So I'm not sure that we've done as good of a job. When I say we, I'm talking about men, have done as good of a job as making it clear the position that we're playing, and making it clear that men need to be more accountable. But here I am. So I wrote down some notes. It's not a monologue or anything like that, but I wrote down some notes, and it was based on, so this is how I write down my notes. I usually have an overall thought, and then I just start writing. Whatever comes to mind. And, that's part of my process. That's how I work it out. So my initial thought was that a society will only go as far forward as where our men are able to lead us, and will go as far back based on how much our men are willing to take this lesser than leadership role. And what I mean by that is, we are only going to go as far as the leadership in our communities will take us. However, the opposite of that is we can also slip back. And when our leadership is not accepting that role, is not accepting that responsibility, then all it's going to do is not allow us to stay stagnant, but allow us to slip back while everybody else is moving forward. And that's when we create those huge gaps, those achievement gaps that we always talk about. It's on the leadership. It doesn't matter where, and this is something that comes up where, I got a message from a friend yesterday, and she was saying how the tone of my message came across as, what did she say in the text? It came across as like kind of dismissive to what, like something like our ancestors or something. I don't know. And I'm not sure what happens with a lot of times. I'll post one post and people will have something that got them annoyed or triggered them from a post 3-4 weeks ago. And then they'll start to conflate that with the recent post. So I was like, oh, I don't really see that. And then she said something about like blame. And we're talking about men. And I said, well, actually, I put pretty much primarily all the blame on men right now. Like all of the men blame on us. That's just what I accept. And she was saying that it was coming across a little bit insensitive because I pretty much believe, like my thought process is, there's nothing holding me back. If you are in a bum position, it's because you're being a bum. If you are in a successful position, it's because you're moving in a successful way. You're actually taking actionable steps to do things that are going to lead you to success. I don't believe that anybody's holding me back from anything. I don't. I whether or not I feel like if I can do something or if I can't do something, that's just how I feel. Matter of fact, hold up. Tangent time. Y'all know what we do. we're going on a tangent because I have to show y'all this. This just came up. Hold up. All right, so tangent time. So yeah, we're still focused on the overall. We're talking about leadership. We're talking about accountability, all these different things, and we're talking about how we need to think higher of ourselves. How we need to understand that we have these superhuman powers, but it's on us to first acknowledge that we have them, and then once we acknowledge that we have them, hold ourselves accountable to actually living and carrying out those things, so that we can have super things come to fruition. So I was listening to this Ja Rule Math Hoffa interview, it was dope for me to kind of look at it. And it was more so dope for me because I'm looking at it and I'm a big 50 fan. Like I just like 50. I like how he moves. I like how his business. I like 50's energy. And it probably takes away from, how I feel about, like a Ja Rule. And I was listening to this interview. Hold on, let me get to the screenshot because I screenshot exactly where Ja Rule says something. And I want to share this with y'all. And I want to share this with y'all to just so y'all can understand like my mindset and maybe the mindset of some others that may be helpful. So let me share this real quick with y'all. Y'all know it is what it is. We go on tangents. That's what we do on here. Let me throw in the theater mode for y'all. And of course, as always, y'all let me know if y'all have any issues hearing anything. Let me throw this on. Ja, you up, baby?
That's how I think. It may sound nuts to all of y'all in this in my career. I could have been fucking Michael Jordan. That's how I look at that as miracle shit. Like I could never do that. You know what I think? I think if I trained hard enough.
Okay, I want to rewind it enough so y'all can feel the energy.
Shit on you.
Let's go.
They could never do the shit that people do. They could never. When they look at athletes and shit on you.
That's a fact.
They could never.
There you go. Y'all get the vibe. I want y'all.
Imagine that.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that.
Don't have to imagine.
Hey, preach it to the choir.
Yeah. Don't have to
Preach it to the
imagine.
choir.
Because I'm gonna tell you.
Hold on, I gotta go back more.
Because
hold on.
people like
bear with me.
Through the beef shit, through the trial shit, through jail shit. Nigga had plenty of times to say, you know what, this shit ain't, nigga, I'm good. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that. And people get mad at me for having supreme confidence in me. Imagine that.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that.
Don't have to imagine.
Hey, preach it
Imagine that.
Don't have
preach
to
it
imagine.
to the choir.
Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because people like to project their personal shit on you.
That's a fact.
They could never do the shit that people do. They could never. When they look at athletes and great shit that Michael Jordan has done, they look at that as miracle shit. Like I could never do that. You know what I think? I think if I trained hard enough in my career, I could have been fucking Michael Jordan. That's how I think.
That's how I
It may sound nuts to all of y'all in this room.
Nah, I don't.
But not me. And that's how I'm able to keep fucking growing and striving and being. And a lot of people don't have that. And I say it all the time when I do talks, man. I do fucking talks to business conferences, forums, all that shit. They sit me down, nigga. I talk to fucking real shit. And you know what I tell them? I wish I could bottle up my confidence and sell it. Because this is what people need.
Right.
They need that. And they don't have it. And for whatever reason, I know successful people that are hugely successful that don't have self-confidence. And I'll be like, how did you get this far? You will know who they are when they fucking face adversity. You'll know who these people are when they face adversity. And that's facts. And that's why I ain't taking nothing away from the ops on the other side. He faced some adversity. He came through it. Kudos to you, my nigga. What I don't like is you drag other black people down doing it, nigga. I don't like it.
All right, so I want y'all to just see the energy one more time when he talks about the Michael Jordan.
They could not. When they look at athletes and great shit that Michael Jordan has done, they look at that that is miracle shit. Like, I could never do that. You know what I think? I think if I trained hard enough in my
able to do
career,
it.
I could have been fucking Michael Jordan. That's how I think. It may sound nuts to all of y'all in this room,
Nah, I don't
but
sound
not
like
me.
it.
And that's how I'm able to keep fucking growing and striving and being.
Yeah. All right. So I felt that was a needed tangent to go on. Everything is on us, yo. If we believe we can do something, whether or not we believe we can do it or we can't do it, we're right. Whether we believe we can do something or that we can't do something, we are right. That's just how I see things. And I know a lot of people, going back to the conversation I was having, why this was brought up, a lot of people tell me that I can come across as insensitive when I say that. And what I'm really doing is not coming across insensitive, but I'm just eliminating any excuses. I'm eliminating any excuses. I'm eliminating anything to have power over the result of my situation outside of the things that I can control. I could be, just like Josh said, it could be completely nuts. But that's just how I look at stuff. If somebody else, if I'm competing in football to make a team, the other person can have an amazing game. The person I'm competing with, they can make the team. Say they had a bunch of interceptions, played tremendously well, and they make the team over me. I don't just sit back and say, well, shit, they just had an amazing game. I couldn't do anything. No, I look at it like, nah, I need to figure out a way. I'm focused on me. I need to figure out a way to perform better. I need to figure out a way to make myself more valuable. I'm not looking at it like, oh, I got to compete against that person. No, I'm looking at it like literally there is absolutely nothing that I cannot do if I decide to do it. There's nothing. I don't care if it's unfair. I don't care if this group of people has an advantage. It doesn't matter. And they could be, and some of these excuses could be valid reasons, but I just don't care. I don't accept it. I don't accept racism. I don't accept it. Like, I don't accept it. Like, it may be there, it may be real, but it ain't real to me. I don't accept it. I look at it, I turn every single negative into a positive. I see it as an opportunity. Like, nothing is holding me back. So kind of, this is all setting up the main part of the conversation. So in thinking that, if we are leaders, talking to the fellas, then we have to accept that regardless of the circumstances, we have to be able to lead our team to a win. We have to be able to lead our families to whatever the definition of success is for our particular family. We have to be able to lead our communities, our villages, our tribes, whatever you want to call them. We have to accept that responsibility. Not asking other people, not blaming the people that we are trying to lead, saying that they don't want to follow, they're not listening, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. Yeah, it is what it is. What did Queez just write? It starts with me. It is what it is, yo. If you're the leader of the team, if you're that guy on the team, if you're that guy in your family, whatever it may be, it's on us to lead. And let me be very clear. Like I told y'all, I'm talking to the fellas on this one. I'm talking to the fellas because and what I'm getting ready to say, I probably shouldn't even preface it with this. I'm going to read to y'all like my notes that I jotted down. But it's going to come across as I'm reading it like it's one thing. And like it should be embraced like, oh, it's going to come across easy. But then it's going to take a little turn perhaps to where, okay, if we accept that, you know what, let me just get into it. So these are my thoughts. Matter of fact, give me a sec. I'm gonna close these doors because I need y'all to be with me. And they mowing the lawn. Hold on, give me a sec. Appreciate y'all bearing with me. I'm a fresh air guy. It's tough to be in. I can't do the AC standing room. But here go my notes. An apology to women. All right. So why? Like I said, this is not a monologue. These are just notes. So this is not poetry, nothing. An apology to women. Why? So for us making y'all feel like y'all have to be men, first and foremost. For making you feel that strength was more important than love. For making you feel like money is your greatest honor, as if just being a mom, right? Just being a mom ain't shit. For not acknowledging you, not always making you feel, sexy and pretty. For making you feel now that you need to, because you've been neglected in these areas, maybe reveal yourself to get more attention on social media. For forcing you to embrace being a father, because so many of us, you felt that you could not rely on in that particular role. Your children, you felt that your children couldn't rely on us in that particular role. For failing to fight or die for you, because now you don't feel protected. For failing to fight or die for you, because now you don't feel protected. I put that part in there because I can't help but think that there's been a certain level of resentment towards Black men, especially. Just talking about this is just to women overall, but I feel like there's always a resentment to men that women will have if those men allow those women and their kids to go through something terrible, something traumatic, something oppressing, to where another group comes in and does something to your group. Now, what am I talking about? Now that's why I said now specifically with Blacks, or, I hate that word now, specifically with whatever, Indigenous, African American, whatever. We need a new term, so let's work on that so I can say something else. But especially when it comes to Blacks, and why do I say that? Because think about during slavery. We could sit here and say, oh, we had no choice, we couldn't run away. It's not like we could just revolt. The masters, they had the guns, they had this, they had that. I really believe that that's where a lot of this resentment started from whether or not you believe that we were brought over here from Africa or that we were still here. I believe a lot of the resentment that we see now between Black men and Black women, and the resentment that Black women feel towards Black men, I believe it started then. Now, we may have overcome it because even after slavery, we had successful, I guess you would call successful marriages, where we were getting married at a much higher rate than now. Now, some people could say that was out of need. Neither here nor there. My point is that I saw something that Jason Whitlock put up, and I don't want to trigger any of y'all, but just listen to the point. And he was saying, now, if you're not willing to die for something, then you don't really believe it. So why I say that there's a certain level of resentment that women feel towards men, especially Black women feel towards men, where I think it started during slavery, is because I don't care what the situation is. We always have options. We may not like our options. They may not be great options, but we always have options. And when I think back to those times, if I was there, I have conversations like that with people. And of course, it's a little bit armchair quarterbackish to say, oh, what you would have done if you were there, what you would have done. Nobody knows what we would have done. But I have to believe that they would have either had to kill me or I would have freed my people. They would have just had to kill. Because I believe that sometimes it's better. Sometimes I think you got to die for certain stuff. To protect and to fight for certain people, I think sometimes it's worth putting your life on the line. And this is somebody who, obviously, like I said, it's a little unfair me having this conversation because I wasn't there. You know, I haven't been put in that situation. I haven't. So I'm just talking shit, right? I don't know what I would do. But I have to believe, I would want to believe, let me say that I would be willing to risk it all, or that I would have to risk it all, because at least you're showing your women, and your kids that this is clearly not right. And I don't care if I have to die going through it. And you may lose me. You may lose me. But I would have to ask myself, is that better than you seeing me just become broken and just being here and just allowing anything and everything to be done to my family and my kids? For me, just allowing that. Imagine a woman just like, we could sit here and say like, oh, well, you know, the master would have killed me if I say anything. Okay. I have to believe that that's where a lot of the resentment started. And that lack of protection, in my opinion, has gone on until now. Lady, I don't know what it feels like as a woman to not feel protected, but I can just imagine that it would be a very scary feeling and a very vulnerable feeling. So when we have these conversations, I believe a lot of the resentment came back from there. And like I said, even though it was a tough situation, I just feel that that's where a lot of the resentment started. So I just wanted to put that out there. That's what I was thinking when I said for failing to fight or die for you, because now you don't feel protected. And I'm gonna leave that there. For making you have to lower your standards in men because we weren't living up and holding ourselves accountable to living at a higher standard. For forcing you to leave the family because we didn't. For not protecting you sexually and exploiting you. I apologize, because you should have never been in that position. Shame on us for such poor leadership, and shame on us if we don't change. We have been terrible leaders and cowards, talking about the fellas. We have been terrible leaders and cowards. We are acknowledging that, and we are ready to move forward. Let me say that again. We are acknowledging that, and we are ready to move forward. Now, I know it may be hard for y'all, you know, I get it, to let your guard down, and you deserve to feel that way. You know, it's easy for us to come in and just say like, all right, we're ready to move on. It's like when you have a problem with somebody and out of the blue, they telling you, yeah, we moving on. That's the whole Jay-Z Kaepernick thing. Yeah, we done kneeling. How you got? When somebody tells you that you're done being upset, that's what they pretty much saying. So I don't want it to come across as that, but we are acknowledging our faults. We are acknowledging where we let y'all down. We are acknowledging where we've come up considerably short, and we are ready to move forward. So when I say that we're ready to move forward, we're ready to earn our leadership position. We understand that you've had to take more of a leadership position, more of a masculine role, all these different things based on our shortcomings. We understand that. And we understand that now you have to adjust to something where you've convinced yourself to be comfortable in. It's going to be hard it may be hard for you to let go of that. But in order for us to move forward, you have to. Like I said, you deserve to feel that way. That's on us. With all that said, this is only going to work one way. If you take a step back, quietly with grace, and allow us to lead with benevolence. All right, benevolence, that's the key word there. We will hold our brothers accountable to being the leaders they need to be. You don't have to worry about that. We will make sure we are in shape physically, financially, mentally, to protect and provide for you and our families. We will acknowledge and celebrate your wifely and motherly achievements, just as a lot of the corporate achievements are celebrated. Matter of fact, the motherly achievements, the wifely achievements should be celebrated even more. When a mother performs her duty as a wife and a mother, there's nothing that should be celebrated more than that. That's what I'm trying to say. But we need y'all to drop the resentment. We need y'all to drop the resentment, to dead the disrespect. And in the words of Uncle Kevin Samuels, we need y'all to put your dick up. We need y'all to be our peace, our comfort, our support, our number one supporters. And we are 100% committed to giving you and providing you everything you need. That's my thoughts. That's my thoughts. And what I was going to say when I said I was going to preface it with something is more so because when that comes across, if I was hearing somebody saying this, especially in the beginning, I'd be like, yo, this dude, this pandering ass dude, just trying to pander to women, make them feel. I hate people like that. And for y'all that know me, I'm not pandering to nobody. I'm not pandering to nobody. I'm gonna say what it is that's on my mind. It is what it is. Y'all take it or leave it. But I understand how it's gonna come across, and I wanted y'all to have those thoughts if y'all were having them. But there's two parts of this. There's two parts of this, and I want to be clear on the two parts of this. Or maybe there's more than two parts. Maybe there's three parts. The acknowledgement. Fellas, we have to acknowledge that as leaders, and we can sit here, trust me, I have these same conversations with the ladies where we where we talk about protection. It's like you have to be in control of something. I have to be able to control something to protect it. I have to be able to, and that's gonna, and see, that's why a lot of this stuff triggers people the wrong way. Because now when I sit here and say that I have to be in control of something to protect it, think about anything in life. I know that may, well, you're not gonna control me. You're not gonna, ladies, this is what I mean when I say, give us a little grace. Give us a little grace. Think about any situation where you are responsible for protecting something. It could be protecting an idea. It could be protecting your child. It could be protecting anything. The only way for you to protect those things is to be in control of them. The only way for you to protect your child or protect your little brother, protect your little sister, is for your little brother, little sister, or child to listen to what you're saying and to follow those directions. If we're in a dangerous situation, I need to know that you have a certain level of trust in me that I've earned. I want to be very clear that we've earned. We have to earn it. And we will earn it. But because we are in such a deep hole, we got to expedite this process. So like I said, y'all deserve to feel the way that y'all feel. Y'all should feel the way that y'all feel. We deserve to have to prove ourselves. However, we need that grace. We need y'all to just take a chance on us. That's what we need. To take a chance, step back, and allow us to step in wholeheartedly into this leadership role, because that's the only way that it's going to work. You can't give somebody just, you can lead, but then, no, I'm putting my foot down. Sometimes you got to just let it out there. Let it, and trust the leadership. So the only way, once again, the only way for us to protect something is to be able to control it. And it's not a control how y'all may be thinking. It's a control that comes with a certain level of trust that I'm talking about, to where, hey, I control the leader in this situation. We've done it all the time in sports. We have to do it. If there's a leader on the team that calls a play I may not like the play. I may not like, this is stupid, but you know what? I have to trust that this person is in a leadership position for a reason. We're trusting them as the leader because we know that the only way for a team to truly work is to have a certain leader to where you got too many cooks in the kitchen, it's not going to work. So I'm trusting them as the leader. And I'm just going with it. And you know what? I'm going with it. Why I said with grace, quietly with grace, is because I'm not going to go with the plan and be talking shit in the back, like, yo, and being a cancer and be like, yo, why are we running this dumbass play? And then somebody else is saying the same thing. Yo, word, this play is dumb. Do you think we're going to perform well on that play? There was a saying that we had in football. If we're all wrong, we're all right. If we're all wrong, we're all right. If we call the wrong play, but we're all performing the wrong play, then we'll be all right. It may not be the perfect play, but we'll be all right because everybody's on board. Like everybody understands their assignment. Everybody's embraced it. So it may not be the perfect play, but because we're all executing it and fulfilling our role, it's going to work. So that's where I feel that we are. And that's where I feel that's where the solution comes into play. And there can't be a certain level of like, okay, like I said, there's a couple different parts of this. The acknowledgement. First and foremost, we got to acknowledge it. We have to stay in this acknowledgement position and recognize that in conversations with y'all ladies, in actions with y'all ladies, for y'all to feel comfortable. It's wrong for us to just now come in and be like, yo, all that stuff we did, yeah, apologize, we're over it. It's wrong. I get that. I get that. And what we're asking from y'all is difficult. But for us to be able to make up for where we've lacked for so long, we have to be given the position. We have to be given the position. Like I said, let us hold each other accountable. Let us lead. Y'all don't have to worry about that. We're taking some stuff off y'all plate. Why? Because it should have been this way from the jump. It should have been this way from the jump. There's no reason why a man shouldn't be able to lead in any family situation. Now, a lot of this comes with respect, right? Respect. We got to respect our leaders. Now, a lot of the respect, whether it's on a team sports or your team at work or your family, whatever it may be, respect has to be earned, right? For it to be a real level of respect, it has to be earned. So I guess at the end of the day, I'm going to put Queez's comment back up. It starts with me. It starts with me. So I don't want to get away from the overall topic that we're discussing, but we're apologizing. We're apologizing, and it's good to see that the apology has to be there because, like it or not, we've allowed this situation to become what it has become. If our kids aren't educated, everything falls on the shoulders of bad leadership. Everything. That's what it is when you're a great leader. You get the credit when everybody messes up, and then you spread out the credit when we win. That's just is what it is. And I want to see, and I actually see it in a bunch of different areas. And I want to try to pull up. Let me see if I can pull up this video. I want to try to pull up Instagram, man. Be acting funny, bro. But I want to pull up a video because I am seeing more and more people taking a stronger role. Hopefully it'll let me access this. Don't ask me. Let me see if it'll let me go on here. And why I want to put it up is because I don't think it's going to let me. But what I will do, is there any way that I could do this? All right, I may just zoom in on it. Hold on. All right, well, pretty much, I may just save it. But so my man, NDO Champ, he put up something. He's like a bodybuilder, you know. And it was almost like a joke when I was watching it in the beginning because he got like a couple muscled up dudes. I'll show y'all. Matter of fact, let me pull it up on this one. We just gonna do this way. All right. I'm gonna just show it to y'all on there. All right, so I want y'all to see this. All right, hold up. All right, hold up. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just. Can y'all see? Oh, there we go. We good. All right, so let me get the volume, and it's gonna move fast. But y'all take a listen to this. Take a listen to this. Oh, there's no audio. Y'all don't hear the audio? Ant, y'all wasn't hearing the audio? Ant, wait. Y'all can't hear me, or you can't hear that? Damn, hold on. See, now I gotta get it. Matter of fact, I got it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna figure it out. I feel like I know how to do it. But it should be playing. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Soul. Stop looking weak. Stop looking soul. Stop complaining. Stop whining.
Y'all can hear it now, right? All right, so hold up. We gonna have to rock out this way. Y'all bear with me. I want y'all to see this. Let me know if y'all can hear it now.
Listen up. All the men, you need to stand up right now. Stop looking soul. Stop looking weak. Stop looking soul. Stop complaining. Stop whining. Huh? The women is not being protected no more. The women is not being safe no more. Our women is not feeling protected no more. It's men out here acting like bras. Men, stop acting like a female. A man supposed to be a protector. A man supposed to be a provider. A man supposed to be a motivator, inspiration to your household. A man supposed to be a king. A man supposed to be a you out here looking
Let's
soft.
go, Chad.
You out here looking weak. You out here looking skinny. A man is supposed to be built mentally, physically, spiritually, ready for war. Why are you not protecting our women? Why are you looking like the women? Why are you talking like the women? Why are you looking like the women? Huh? Where are the men at? Where are the men? You want to dress like the women? You want to act like the women? You want to argue like the women? You want to have emotional like the women? The women don't even feel safe no more. The women said, Champ, where's the men? Where's the real men at? Huh? Where's the men? Where the women can go out there and be a woman? She just want to chill back and be protected and say, yo, my man got me. I could do whatever I want to do. I could go out there and chase my dream. I could go out there and hustle. I could go out there and be me without my man being whining, complaining. Huh? What a real man. That insecure real man.
Shout out to OG.
And job is to hunt. And job is to hunt. And that is to go out there and get what it is. We out here. Gonna motivate our men. We need our men back. We need our men back. Where are the men at? Where are our men at? Stand up for something, or you will fall for anything.
Let's go, Jet. All right, so I'm laughing, right? I'm laughing, but all joking aside, I couldn't help but see that as comedy in the beginning. Like, I thought he was just joking around because he does like a lot of skits. But if you really listen to everything that he's saying, he's using his platform to speak on the very same thing. He's just doing it in his particular way. We gotta hold each other accountable. We gotta hold each other accountable. It's real easy for us, going back to the beginning, to point out the results of a lot of, the issues right now, to talk about the results. It's easy to do that, but it's harder to actually get to the root of the problem and come up with a solution that will actually move the needle. I don't know if it's just me, but we are living in very weird times. We're living in weird times where we've been convinced that we have the most freedom, and maybe we do. We had the most freedom, right? Let's just say we have the most freedom, but we have the least leadership, and maybe those two coincide to the point where I would love to look at the relationship between the two, where, okay, with more freedom, doesn't that mean less leadership? Because we look at leadership like dictators and stuff like that and whatnot. I look at them differently. We need a lot more leadership. We need leadership. We associate freedom with not having leadership, when I don't think that should be the number one association. Freedom should be associated with, still following a plan, but having, I guess, the freedom to actually follow through with that plan or whatever. I don't even know what the hell freedom means. I don't know what freedom means. Somebody tell me what freedom means. It's not a word that I'm like. I just look at more stuff from a competition standpoint, but there's something that we have to do, fellas, on us, and the ladies have to understand. And ladies, let me know if y'all understand what I'm saying. I get that you've been conditioned to where you've had to perform a certain type of way. You've had to be the leader on the team. You've had to be the star player. You had to be this. You had to take on this assignment, that assignment. You had to punt, kick, all type. We get it. But for our team to become as successful as we need it to be, we need you to shift that position that you've been in. Shift that position that has become to the point where maybe it's natural for y'all, but it'll never be natural. Not natural if we want to move in a successful direction, in my opinion. If we want to move in a successful direction, we need our men to embrace the role of being leaders. And when I say this, everybody leads in their own ways. I'm just talking about the traditional ways of leadership, because I'm not sitting here saying that a mom isn't a leader. There's certain areas where a mom takes more of a leadership role than a dad. But where our struggles are in society, in our families, in our communities, to where we haven't lived up to certain standards that should just be the standard, you know. For us to get there and beyond that, and to keep continuously pushing the standard, elevating the standard, we've done the opposite. We've lowered the standard. For us to keep elevating that standard, we need our fellas to embrace the New England Patriot philosophy, the Quees philosophy. Quees' philosophy is it starts with me. The New England Patriots philosophy is do your job. We need our fellas to do their job. However, like any other job, if I'm working fries at McDonald's and I messed up and I've been, you know, playing around and now somebody else had to replace me and do fries at McDonald's. Maybe I'm the best at the fries at McDonald's. I'm more equipped to do the fries. Our team will be better if I do the fries. So that way the person who now replaced me on the fries, they can do something else that they may be naturally better at. But now we're stuck in a position to where the person who's working the fries now, they're looking at it like, well, shoot, I'm here now. I don't know if I could trust giving up the fries. Even though, you know, we may be only performing here with me doing the fries, and we have the potential to perform here if you take over the fries and do them well, and then I can do something else, whatever it may be. There's a certain level of trust that isn't there, to where you feel comfortable. All right, I'm gonna fall back on the fries. You take the fries. I'll figure out, you know, something else. We get it. But shorty, ladies, queens, whatever y'all want to call yourself, or whatever y'all want us to call, whatever, you got to get off them damn fries. You got to get off them damn fries. You got to let the other person do the role. You got to let the other person. They got to just jump in there. Even though they may be a little bit off in the beginning, yo, they on the fries. They on the fries. For us to get to where we need to, they got to be on the fries. Oh, he burnt these fries. He messing up the fries. He undercooked. Yo, I'm not gonna. Other dude handling the burgers, he gonna check the dude on the fries. He gonna hold him accountable. We're gonna have other people hold him accountable, because we don't want it to be a situation where, you know, the lady who replaced you on the fries is now coming with an attitude saying, you got to do this, you got to do that. That's not gonna work, because the dynamics. So therefore, we got to understand our dynamics of our situation, understand the resentments that's been there, and understand that we can change it. But we need to do a better job as men of leading, of being more courageous, of using our voice to stand up and speak on certain things, not just accepting what we're given, not just putting pressure on other people to help our situations. We have to move as if there's no help coming whatsoever, and all our family has is us to make something happen. That's it. And if we embrace that, in my opinion, it'll move us in a better trajectory towards success. That's it. And it really just comes down to what Quees wrote. It starts with me. So I don't know. I don't know the best way to go about it. You know, I have certain friends. I guess, you know, what I would recommend is having certain men in your life. Like, if you're looking to embrace a leadership position and become a better leader, as fellas, we should never stop becoming a better leader. There's always ways that we can become a better leader. And perhaps the best way is getting back to, see, the camaraderie that we used to have as kids when we're playing sports together. We lose a lot of that as we grow older, but we don't realize that how valuable it can be, because the camaraderie that when we were kids, it was just to win sports. It was just to compete in sports. However, if we establish that brotherhood, establish that camaraderie, you know, why aren't we, you know, talking to our brothers, you know, hey, yo, you had that goal. Like, how's that goal going? Anything I can do to help? Oh, no. I'm actually doing this. I'm actually doing that. Oh, yo, I'm reading this book that helped me in this area. Oh, yeah, you should. Oh, yo, let me try that. We should always be sharpening each other. We have to. We are in a competition. We are in the jungle. And if everybody else is sharpening their tools, sharpening their skills, sharpening their weapons, then we have to do the same. Because if we're not, then we're going to put ourselves in a position where, just like slavery, where we're overwhelmed by the people that are trying to take over our situation. Somebody's always trying to take something that you have. Once you have it, you have to protect it. I would love to say that we live in a world where it's like, no, nobody's trying to take anything. Nah. This is the jungle. It is what it is. We've been, and perhaps certain people have tried to live by that lifestyle where it's like, oh no, everything is all that stuff works well until somebody violates those laws, violates those rules, and comes and tries to take your shit. And you can't, and it's not a good enough excuse to look at your lady, to look at your kids and say, hey, they weren't supposed to do that. No, we have to protect it, or else they're going to be looking at us. We have to prepare for certain situations that may be insane. This happens all the time where, you can tell your girl or your kid, I'm not comparing the two. I'm not comparing the two. Oh, now you looking at me as a child. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying it happens all the time where you could take situations where it's like I'm telling you something. I don't want y'all to be that. But we just got to figure out a way to embrace being leaders, to challenge ourselves. Just like Champ said, even though that video was funny, look at what he was saying. We got to push ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, be on point. We have to be that foundation for our families. If not, we know what's going to happen. There's a reason why women are targeted, or you could say men are the targets to, they target the men to get the man out the family so that way they can control the woman. There's a reason why they do that, because they know that once you remove a man from a family, that family is now looking for a new leader. That family is now looking for a new provider, a new protector. It's just like the nature show. So once again, this was just to apologize first and foremost to a lot of the ladies, apologize to how we've been moving around in society, apologize for our lack of leadership, and to ask y'all to take a step back, trust us, and allow us to lead our families, our communities in the way that we need to, with the understanding that we need to earn it, that we know that we need to earn it. So we're going to build the plane as we fly. Shout out to Unc, Kev Sanders. I got to throw that in there. But yo, there was a couple other things I wanted to get to, but it's 9. And I just want to leave us like this. I just want to leave us like this. We'll figure out a way so our ladies don't have to overcompensate. We don't want y'all overcompensating because of our shortcomings. So we'll figure it out. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Of course, we'll do our 20 seconds to finish it out, but we can kind of just, think about maybe in our heads how on one end for the fellas, how we can become better leaders, what that looks like, what that feels like. And for the ladies, maybe we can look at how we can how we can become better at giving our men that space, relinquishing some of that leadership, so that our men can earn the ability to thrive in that role. So 20 seconds, all right? Ready, go. The future's looking bright, y'all. The future's looking bright, y'all. We're going to surround ourselves with leaders like Ann said. We're going to focus on ourselves like Quee said. And we just going to build. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Love y'all. Y'all know what we do here. We're all about elevation, strength and honor, onward and upward. Get to the bag with integrity, of course. And I'll see y'all on Friday.